Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hey Aquarius, welcome to your life purpose and career reading for the year 2001 and 2. So this reading is going to be focused on some jobs, career paths you explore this year and what spirit has for you. Some of you might connect to some of the paths that I mentioned. Others of you, maybe it's something you've never thought of. So just keep an open mind looking at this video. I'm also going to pull up some skills cards for you and also an abundance message from your angels to see what ways you can manifest more money in your life and just abundance, prosperity overall. So yeah, and I always say to people, it doesn't really matter, what career path or job you have. We always learn something from any path we take and we meet new people. And also, it doesn't necessarily mean something that you're doing. It could be a hobby that you be getting paid for it, but there's still a reason why you're doing that. Okay, so I just wanted to make that clear while you're watching the video. So we'll start off with the life purpose and career deck. And the first card you have here is environmentalist. So many of you, I could see here, you are earth angels, okay? And you're born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. So a lot of you might be feeling a calling, and it could just be, doesn't have to be working with the environment or being an activist in some way. Well, it could be. You could be out there maybe saving marine life, or maybe even planting trees, or in an organization where it's kind of saving the planet in some way. Also, maybe being a part of recycling, picking up trash, anything like that, right? You could be a part of that. It could be a paid job, or it could be even on a volunteer basis. So for some of you that have been thinking of it, and Aquarius, you're also a very one of the most humanitarian signs of all the zodiacs. So you love to help humanity in some way and better themselves, and you care about where we're going as a whole. So I do feel, some of you watching, you do have that gift to connect with the earth and help people awaken to the earth, that it's not just there, it's a living, breathing thing. It's not just to take from it, okay? So also to be a part of it in peace, and to thank it, and also just to be being grateful for the life that it provides us, that we don't own it, we're a part of it. So that's like a very big message that I'm hearing. It could also be guiding a lot of you to spend more time outdoors in one. Okay, because I feel like if you're confused or maybe wondering what direction to go next, spending time outdoors, especially around a lot of trees I'm seeing here, and meadows, valleys. Maybe some of you might even be moving to a place where you're really looking at your environment and how you're feeling. Like if you've been in the city and you've been stressed and you have maybe anxiety, you're starting to look at maybe the environment that you're living in, how you're feeling in different environments. You might feel more calm and peace when you go around more nature. You might feel more anxious when you're, like, let's say, around two people or in the city, but it could even be the opposite, right? Some people feel anxious when they're out in the country or something, and then they just want to be back in the city. People get energy from different sources. It could be they get energy from people. Others get energy being by nature. They like more solitude, more quiet. So yeah, taking a look at your environment in some way has something to do with your work and life purpose this year, or Earth, Mother Nature, and also animals. Okay, so you could be maybe helping animals in some way, but I also feel maybe some of you have been wanting to teach about, maybe getting back to basics, and you feel maybe people have gone too far from their natural lifestyles, and you want to help people remember who they are, and show them like the simple ways of living that could bring just as much happiness instead of just being home on the computer, on the TV all the time, buying unnecessary things all the time. So it's like a very simplistic energy. There's a lot of purity here. So I'm really liking that. It could be very different for a lot of you. Okay, you could be practicing that in a job or in your own lifestyle in some way. All right. So you also have here children. Your life purpose involves helping children, helping teaching and healing children. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you have that leadership to maybe you've been thinking about guiding children or helping children in some way as a counselor, maybe as a teacher. So if you're already doing this, it's saying this is it's a very good idea. And also I feel maybe some of like this is for like very few of you. I just saw um, I know with now children are homeschooling and maybe they're not in school too much in conventional school settings. I feel like maybe one or two of you have this idea of like bringing kids to connect them outdoor, like having school in an outdoor setting, or like maybe involving like a school with like having animals and connecting animals with kids and having them play with them or connect to them. I don't know, it's like bouncing around in my head, like the feeling I'm getting. So yeah, feel free to put in the comments too any ideas you have or you get, because you might be able to inspire somebody else that's watching this. But definitely that's like something that I notice is like homes, like school outside or building a community outside for children to go learn in an outdoor environment. Okay, so really cool there. That is pretty cool. um, but children will be a part of your one as well. For some of you, it could be that maybe you're having children. Okay, so maybe parenting's coming in for some. Maybe you hear someone close to you having children and you need to take care of or help assist like a dear one's child. Okay, it could be a friend or a family member, anything like that. Okay, so and some of you might be dealing with a Leo sign as well. It could be that this person's maybe the future father or mother of your child, and you feel very secure with this person. They're just very humorous, I feel, very loving, generous, and also very sensitive. Okay, so that's like something there. If some of you do meet someone or someone that could help you on your career path with the signs of Leo. Okay, very cool. So you also have counseling. Now, keep in mind, it could even be a youth counseling. That's the other thing I'm hearing here for some of you. So you heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. So a lot of you might be interested in helping and guiding others and counseling them. And it doesn't have to be counseling like for life. Um, it could just be counseling like maybe you've been doing your job really well, you're very confident in it, and you have the ability now to give advice to others. So counseling could come into different career paths. It could be human resources, it could be training and development, where you're guiding others on how to maybe execute their own work or their own life in some way. It's a position where you're giving advice to strengthen somebody else, okay? And usually people that are like less knowledgeable, like in the position, or maybe more vulnerable people. So let's see what else I'm getting with this. Um, the other thing here is some of you, maybe if you've been confused or need some clarity, this year would be great if you even get some counseling for something. If you need some direction, somewhere to set goals and move forward with them, I feel like any type of counseling will benefit some of you that have been thinking about it. Okay. So definitely for some, you could even be playing the counselor within your own family. Like maybe there's someone in your family, could be a child, where you're going to be giving a little bit more nurturing to this youth in your family. So again, doesn't mean you're getting paid, but it's part of your life purpose that it's meant for you to be doing this because it's going to contribute to your own personal growth as a person. Okay, so it's career and life purpose, what you're most likely going to be dealing with this year. Okay, so let's see here. You also have oracle cards. So you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So, again, some of you might be even using this for yourself. Oracle cards, maybe you're going to an oracle card reader. It could be you're watching YouTube videos as well to try and get some guidance in your life, and it's really helping some of you. But also, it's saying if you've had that interest in like esoteric arts, astrology, numerology, oracle reading, tarot reading, because I know a lot of intuitives do watch these videos, a lot of creatives as well. So if you've been called, and you have that you're getting that nudge, that push to start learning more about this, I feel like this is going to be the year for you. And also maybe some of you will be mixing it into your coaching practice, right? The other thing is, don't be intimidated. Like, if you see people that are doing it, you might compare yourself to others, but don't do that, because there is someone out there that's looking for your type of personality, your type of guidance, the style you read cards, right? So don't compare yourself. I feel like that was something I needed to say, because maybe some of you are feeling, maybe there's just too many doing that. But don't worry, okay? So if you're actually thinking of getting into it, I feel like the guides are saying now is the time. Okay, so let's see what the last but not least from the cards. Yeah, here we go. You have study. So this year you're going to be consumed in either books, I'm seeing. Okay, so reading, researching, and educating yourself will help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So some of you could be even learning online, and this will give you the key to the career path, or maybe you don't get into the job or career right away, but it holds the key to what you might be even doing later down the road. So nothing is a waste of time. Whatever you feel that you're drawn to, whatever excites you, there's something there that you might be able to use later on. It could even be, yeah, you're just like online and you're seeing certain videos, or you're seeing certain news, like repetitive things or similar topics, and there's something that you're really learning from it. It could even be online, maybe researching on the news, like following trends or patterns, or trying to research something to execute a certain project, or maybe a theory that you have, or maybe for a debate, something like that. But I'm seeing you studying very hard here. Um, so this is saying keep going, because I feel like that's going to really help you. And you do have time. Like it's saying take that time to really absorb that knowledge that you've been wanting. Okay. Again, it could be online, it could be a conventional school setting. But the owl here is representing wisdom, just like a knowing. And I seen this person is an elderly person in the photo, so I feel like you already are an old soul, and you have that wisdom inside of you already from maybe previous past lives, but you just need to tweak some things, or finalize, or like update yourself, and just kind of awaken that, like what you already have, that knowing within you. So definitely there's something you're focused on. Okay, and keyboard is here too, so you could be writing up like a blog, or on your website, or making posts like in regards to that specific thing that you're interested in, that topic. So that's very interesting. Okay, so let's take a look now, guys. What skills are in your best benefit for you to use this year? So you have one realistic skill, okay, and this is building things. So you could be building your own business. Some of you, you could be physically building something, could be building a house, maybe renovating a house this year. But it could be in the physical or online, like building a website or building a business in some way. Okay, but some of you have that knack to use your physical skill as well. So physically building something, getting things right. So looking at this card, the other thing I heard is I know it's weird, but I saw getting rid of things. I don't know why, but getting things right. It's a structured skill. So it's like organizing your environment, or your work, or maybe things around you. I feel like tidying up, like getting rid of things. Like I feel there's going to be more clarity in your life once you get rid of things that no longer serve a purpose in your life. So maybe go around your home, look at your closets, look at your clothes. Like, does each piece give you some sort of happiness, or are you holding on to it for maybe it's like sentimental or too emotional attachments? So, I mean, if it's reminding you of a time where like you were sad in that time, then it's just bringing down your energy. So I feel like you might need to donate some things, you might need to sell, or just like, get rid of things altogether. But I feel like some of you are going to be doing this purging. And maybe you're helping getting other people get their things right as well. Okay. It could be solving disputes as well. So maybe where two parties have a conflict and you come in and you set things straight, sort of thing. Okay. So it could be between two people, or again in your physical environment. So that's interesting. I put this one right over the counseling card. So, yeah, you have an enterprising skill where you can empower others to, acknowledge their own skills and strengths and really bring out their own charisma and their own talents to use into the world. Okay. So you light like the flame for them to awaken themselves. Okay, so that's very important. Going into one is just to like help others maybe get out of their fears, bring out their passions in the world. I feel like that's going to be a major purpose for a lot of you, and it doesn't have to be that you're doing this directly one-on-one with someone. You could be empowering others by just living your own life purpose and doing what you love, and others will just get strength from that. So that's a really nice skill to have. So you have two enterprising skills, which is you're a business person or business minded person. I feel like lots of you have the ideas. The other skill that's coming in for you is managing things. Okay, so either managing your own clients, your own work, but also managing other people. Okay, you might be getting into a position of you where you're promoted and you're placed to help others or to teach and train them in some way. Okay, so management could be coming in for a lot of you as well. All right, so I'm going to give you some keywords for work, like just some words that will be highlighted for your year. And these are cards I made, workplace card deck. You can find it on the Etsy page. And also, if you're interested to get your own personal reading, you could just click the link below and you'll be directed to the Etsy page. So you can get more clarity for your own reading. So you do have vacation here. That's always really exciting when people see this. So yeah, it's saying, if you've been in a job for a long time, maybe you were thinking, okay, it's time to switch careers, especially with this whole pandemic situation. Maybe some of you guys got laid off or you lost work. Okay, so this is saying for you to take some time off. Okay, if you did lose work, it was saying right now it was meant to happen for some of you because you're meant to be going in a new direction. Okay, so I understand a lot of us could feel really sad, especially if we've been doing something for a long time. It's what we know and we get comfortable there. And, it doesn't mean, you have to be doing that forever. You have a lot of different skills, but for a lot of us, we're comfortable in things a lot of the time that we don't even really like. We're just doing it because we're familiar with it. So, was that something that brought you passion? I feel like your vacation will give you some insights on where to move forward or how to move forward. So it's saying, and I feel like it's guiding a lot of you to take a little break because if you've been indoors for too long, maybe even go outside, get some fresh air. But if you're thinking to take that vacation that you've always wanted this year, and of course, look at the measures, like be careful, stay safe. But I feel like you'll get the chance to do that. I feel like some measures will be relaxed in one. So that's just the feeling I'm getting. And listen more and observe more than you speak. Okay, so this is the time not to really jump in, but take a moment to step back. And I feel like a lot of you are going to do this if you're managing people or you're counseling. Okay, so the main skill for this is listening in order to know what advice to give or what suggestion and how to help someone with their specific needs, right? A lot of us, what we do is, you know, listening is like a very difficult skill to have, right? So when someone's talking to us, it's natural for a lot of us to start thinking of another question or what to say next whenever someone's talking, right? So you're going to be needing to practice this either in your work or in your everyday life, to just observe, sit back, and like really hear somebody out, okay? This could be around your children as well. So listen more before you jump to any conclusion. And I'm going to put these together here. So you have prioritize and organize, okay? Um, you need to cut out any distractions, I feel, this year, especially like friends like calling you, maybe asking to talk for 2 hours on the phone, or maybe with too much news or social media. It's saying prioritize your goals and your work and organize to meet your success, okay? So when you're doing something, ask yourself, okay, should I be doing something else related to where I want to eventually be? Like, how am I contributing to the future right now? So ask yourself that question, and find out ways to meet your goals by setting your schedule. Doesn't matter if you work on something for an hour a day or maybe an hour a week, depending on your flexibility. Make sure Spirit is telling you to really organize and maybe write your goals down this year. And, look at you first and what you need to do, and focus on what's most priority. And that's a good lesson in work. Like, if you have too much work, you can't do everything at once. Focus on what you have in the day to complete that, and then move on to the next thing the next day. Okay. Any of you have this creativity, so people look up to you in your field, maybe to give them creative ideas, or maybe you're just using creativity in your own business or your lifestyle, or maybe you don't want that set in stone 9 to 5 lifestyle and you're trying to live a more creative life. Okay, so you're creating your world. I feel like when you're you're creating something that maybe someone hasn't done before, okay? And it's going to bring you more happiness as a result. Okay, so here we have, how can you attract more abundance in one? So the card you have here is Words of Abundance, and I'm just going to read that to you. It's saying you have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in a loving and optimistic terms, and that is what you attract for yourself and others. So I feel like, I think the biggest trap that any of us got in money is, with all the whole rug being pulled from our feet, the world turning upside down, or that's how it seems to be. I feel like a lot of us got into that habit of complaining even more. Like, we complained before, but I feel like it was even more funny because there were so many changes and people were trying to adapt, and it was just bickering back and forth. So I feel like, you know, try to look at the benefits of what happened in your situation and moving into one, because I feel like you need to really choose your words. Be careful with the words you speak. If you're complaining too much, like, oh, well, the economy is really bad and there's no jobs right now, then that's what you're just going to manifest more, Spirit is saying. So try to find a solution to whatever it is you're, complaining about, right? So you could feel more in control and empowered. Um, but I feel like, if you choose positive, loving words and find more solutions instead of focusing on the problem or, complaining about the problem, I feel like the universe will start showing you ways to manifest more abundance. And maybe through your dreams, it'll give you an idea, maybe from another person. Okay. But I feel like with the getting things right card, also creating some room in your life to attract some abundance as well. So think positively, for those that you have around you, and also your environment. Okay, so just be very mindful of your words going forward. Okay, so and you'll feel low too whenever you do complain. You're gonna feel like a drain of energy. So pay attention to how you feel whenever you say something negative about yourself, like, oh, I can't do it, I'm not able. And the economy, the world, there's always going to be something to pick on, right? So don't wait for the world to fix itself so you could start your dreams. So I just want to end with that. And I'm going to leave you with an affirmation card to end the reading. Oh, and happy birthday for any of you that have your birthday this month. So I hope you have a wonderful time. All right, so you can either write this down or put it on your fridge or say it out loud to yourself. So it says here, and there's a nice paintbrush here, and I feel like a lot of you are creating your world. So I direct creative talents toward music, art, dance, writing, anything that gives me pleasure. So this is nice. I've actually never seen this card before, but this seems like a very creative, artsy kind of affirmation. I am learning to be more creative every day. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are awakening to your true self. Like maybe you were in a big routine in the past and maybe you lost touch with some of your creative talents. And I feel like you took some time to heal and to really rest and rejuvenate. And now you're awakening to your true soul. So many of you might even have a musical gift or maybe some gift in writing or dance or art. Um, but whatever gives you pleasure, anything at all that maybe you've been doing from a child even, I feel like you're awakening that and you're looking at the world as a blank canvas and you're like, what can I do now that will lead to one thing to the next. Okay, so I feel like you're painting a new world for yourself. That's what I'm seeing. And seeing the green here, it just tells me that, by being your true self and following the voice of your soul, this is gonna like prosperity is gonna come to you more easier. Okay, you're gonna attract abundance through that way. So beautiful card to leave the reading. My suggestion for a lot of you is take time to heal. If you feel a little confused or in crossroads, it wouldn't hurt talking to someone that you trust. So search around if you're looking for someone that could help counsel you in some way, but you can be that to others as well. And also take time with your hobbies. That's honestly what I'm seeing here. Stay close to nature and just work on what it is that you want to build for yourself moving forward. What kind of person do you see yourself being? So, a lot of you will be studying and getting into something new. That's what I'm seeing here. A lot of others will be getting promoted and training others on something that they're really good at. So, that's a very beautiful year. I wish you guys all the best. Happy New Year. And like I said, I'm here if you ever want a personal reading. So, have a good one. Bye bye.